Hello, it's Coach Manny with you today, and today we're going to talk about what's probably one of my favorite subjects, decision making. Make a decision, will you? How many times have you been in a meeting? How many times have you been in a situation where people just don't make decisions and it drives you crazy? Why aren't you doing something about it? I want to tell the story, because the story that I'm going to tell you today really impacts what I'm talking about when it comes to decision making. And those who have known me for a long time know that I grew up in the technology field as a computer programmer. Believe it or not, I was the guy who was sitting in the corner developing code, working on a computer all day long, long before everybody had a computer on their desk. Nobody had one. And I was building software for big computers, and that's what I did, and I loved it, and I was good at it. And I had worked about 4 years for various companies, and I decided I wanted to be a consultant, so I went to work for this consulting firm, and I did real well. And I still got to sit in my corner at client sites and build software, and I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. And then, one day, my boss came in and he said, "Manny, guess what? I'm making you a manager as effective Monday. And here are 10 people and 12 accounts. I want you to go for it. You can do it." Now, I was never a quitter. I was never one to run away. But I like building software in the corner. I didn't say that though. I took the challenge. And over the next 3 months, I worked hard and learned and did everything I could to manage my people and accounts. And after 3 months, it was review time. And what we did was we'd have quarterly reviews where you would fill out a sheet, your boss would fill out the sheet, and then you turn them over to each other. Because, sometimes I guess it's easier to write something than to really say it to people's face. Shouldn't be that way, but it is. So we did this, and we wrote up each other's sheets, and, I'm doing pretty good, boss. And we exchanged our sheets. And I got mine, and I looked at it, and my boss must have seen my face. He must have said, he must have seen my face drop, because he said, "Manny, it's not that bad." But it's not that bad. He said, "There's only one thing you need to understand. You need to learn how to make a decision." He says, "You want me to make your decisions for you, you want other people to make your decisions for you, or you want to procrastinate and you just don't want to make a decision. That's not the right answer. Make a decision." And he taught me a very important lesson that day. In fact, that was a changing day in my life in business, if I look back on one day. That day, I learned the most important key to success for me was the ability to make a decision. And he said simply, if you made the wrong decision, just make another one and fix it. If you don't make a decision, you never move. How many of you out there get into the meeting and a decision needs to be made and nobody's making it and neither are you? "Well, I can't." Well, that day forward, I never had a problem. As we decided to buy part of that company, we made the decision. As I decided to leave an enterprise, I made a decision. In fact, I worked for Boeing, one of the biggest companies in the world. And my success at Boeing, and I was only there a few years, but my success was because I would make a decision. And people would say, and I would say, because we need to move forward. I'd get in a meeting and everybody would be talking and talking. I'd say, "Let's make a decision." Well, and I'd make it. And people would say, "You're crazy." But I never got in trouble. In fact, I had great success. So, What I'm trying to teach you, 3 basic points here, and I'm almost done, so don't leave yet. Decision making is critical because make a decision, will you please? If you make a decision, you will have success. So if you're contemplating, if you're thinking about it, you are stuck until you make a decision. Number 2, failure creates success, of course. And the book says it all, right? Failure creates success. Because if you are willing to fail and make the decision, because I might not be right, but if you're willing to try, success is yours. And if you make the wrong decision, instead of still being stuck where you were, you made a decision, it took you, it didn't work, you make a decision to do a correction, and it works. Stop hesitating. Decision making is one of the, if not the, greatest skill you will have as a leader. You want to be a great leader out there? Decision making is important. Coach Manny saying, failure creates success. You see our website, mannynowak.com. We have a lot of stuff out there. Check our blog. Get out there and start today to make that commitment to making decisions. This is Coach Manny saying, we're out here to create a better world. Thank you.